Hello, and welcome to the podcast that celebrates the journey of Black women through life. I'm your host, Ashley, and I'm here to share my experiences and offer tips for navigating success, growth, and adventure in today's culture. From taking risks to pursuing passions, we'll explore the challenges and triumphs of living life on our own terms. So get ready to be inspired, laugh, and learn. Ladies, we are queens who have accomplished so much, and it's time to celebrate and embrace our achievements. But let's not stop there. How can we continue to grow and thrive as successful Black women? Sometimes we need to take a step back and just appreciate how far we've come. I remember when I first moved to Atlanta in my early 20s, I had big dreams and even bigger doubts. I didn't know anyone in the city but my uncle. I had a sales job lined up, and I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision. But I decided to take a chance and see where it would take me. I found a call center job, made some friends, and just started to build a new life for myself. I would say a few years later, I realized that I wasn't fulfilled in my job. I wanted to do something more. You know what that feels like. That's when I decided to start my own business, and it was not easy. There were days when I just felt like giving up. Days when I questioned my own sanity for even trying. But I kept going. And you know what? Eventually, I started to see some success. I remember the first time I made a sale. I was so excited. I did a little dance in my living room. My fiance looked at me like I was crazy, but I didn't care. I had made my first sale, and it felt amazing. From there, I kept pushing forward, setting new goals and trying new things. And you know what? It's been a wild ride, but it's also been one of the most rewarding experiences in my life. So, to all my fellow Black women entrepreneurs out there, I want to remind you to celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Take a moment to reflect on where you started and how far you've come. And please, don't be afraid to set new goals and step out of your comfort zone. You never know where it might take you. So, keep pushing forward. Keep chasing your dreams, and don't forget to have a little fun along the way. As women, we know the value of hard work and dedication, but it's also important to have fun and pursue our passions and hobbies. Whether it's painting, traveling, or just trying new things altogether, let's normalize embracing the joy and adventure of life. Have you ever tried yoga? Now, that's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. When I tell you I first started to practice yoga, I was so skeptical. I didn't think that stretching and holding poses would make that much of a difference in my life, but as I kept at it, I began to feel stronger, more flexible, and more centered. Now, yoga is a staple in my self-care routine, and I talk about self-care and the importance of, having that self-care routine down pat. And when it comes to yoga, not only is it a physical workout, but it's also a mental and emotional one. It's taught me to breathe through difficult moments, to be present in my body, and just to connect with myself on a different level, If you're looking for a way to take care of yourself and find some peace in your day-to-day, give yoga a try. You might be surprised at how much it can change your life. As successful Black women, we know that relationships are important, whether it's with family, friends, or romantic partners. But let's make sure we're cultivating relationships that add value and meaning to our lives. When I first started dating my fiance, I realized that communication was one of the most important factors in a healthy relationship. Now, I struggled with expressing my thoughts and feelings, especially when it came to those difficult topics. I would just rather avoid confrontation altogether or let my emotions take over, leading to arguments and misunderstandings. But as I learned more about effective communication, I started to see a significant improvement in my relationships. I learned that it's not just about speaking your mind, it's also about active listening and understanding your partner's perspective, the big one. I also started setting boundaries and speaking up for myself, which of course helped build that trust and respect in my relationships. So if you're struggling with communication in your relationships, here's my advice. Start by simply identifying your communication styles and areas for improvement. Practice active listening, avoid making assumptions. And most importantly, don't be afraid to speak your mind and set boundaries that actually honor your needs and values. As women, we have the power to make a positive impact on the world around us, whether it's through our careers, volunteering, or simply spreading kindness and positivity. Let's use our influence to uplift and just inspire others. As a Black woman, I've always been passionate about supporting other women and lifting them up. So when my aunt started a nonprofit called Sisters in Sync to empower and uplift women in our community, I knew I had to get involved. Now, from the moment I started volunteering, I knew I was part of something special. Being around so many inspiring women who were just determined to make a positive impact, that was truly life-changing. Through Sisters in Sync, I've been able to work on many projects that have real impact on people's lives. It's been incredibly fulfilling, and I've learned so much about myself and just what I'm capable of. If you're looking for a way to make a positive impact in your community, I encourage you to seek out organizations like Sisters in Sync. Getting involved can truly be transformative, and you never know where it might take you. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Living Like a Boss. I hope you found these tips and insights helpful and that they actually inspire you to live life to the fullest as a Black woman. Join us next time for more stories and advice on navigating success, growth, and adventure. Until then, keep shining.